実を切り裂いてその手を仰いで飛び立ったとこしへあの日何か
Alright, you guys, so we're gonna finish this up finally. This is Thanos versus the World Infinity, the conclusion by Comics Explained. Let's get on into this.
What's going on, guys? This is Rob. If you guys enjoy my content, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that little bell so you never miss out on my sexy voice. Okay, so we are concluding Infinity. We're
yes,
finally
we are.
The story up, and God, I love Infinity so much. You know what? I might do what we've done with like Blackest Night and Brightest Day and all that kind of stuff, and just like combine this into one big video. I think it's a cool idea.
He actually did though.
Some of you guys who were just kind of like, I want to see like the whole thing.
Been up on the channel.
So I do kind of like. I think we might start doing that from now on. Like whenever we do like videos
on his channel
where things are like split into sections and then combine it into one big video. Like once we're done. But the cool thing about this is we basically pick up with the Avengers coming from space and showing back up on Earth, with all these groups showing up here, having allied themselves and coordinated themselves with Captain America arriving on Earth. For the most part, there's two battles that take place. One of them is out in space, and the other one is basically trying to like punch a hole for Captain America and his guys to get through. And that's what happens. Captain America and his forces, really like Thor and Hyperion, the Incredible Hulk, Carol Danvers, you know, Captain Marvel, Captain America, they basically finally manage to make their way back to Earth. And when they do, it's okay, we have to organize this. Now, in truth, with the way that Jonathan Hickman wrote this, you could have like the Guardians of the Galaxy who arrive and like all the forces of Thanos are destroyed. But remember, when it comes to the planet Earth, it's an Avengers world. It's a place where like the Avengers keep the place taken care of. Because this is basically just the story of the Avengers versus Thanos. And that's what it boils down to. But it's kind of fighting for the protection of Earth, which is cool. Now, of course, with the Incredible Hulk being here, you gotta bring out your big guns, right? I mean, you're talking about Thanos. It's something that you kind of have to do it. And it's cool because one thing to bear in mind is that in Marvel Comics, Thanos has kind of like not really a fear of the Incredible Hulk, but recognizes the dangers of the Hulk. We saw that in the Thanos versus Hulk story, where Thanos basically said, look, like I've always avoided fighting the Incredible Hulk because his strength is limitless. And so when it comes to the Hulk as a character, he's one of those guys where if you don't have the ability to like take him out immediately, like as soon as the Hulk emerges, he'll just keep getting angrier and angrier, and eventually will just overpower you. That's just kind of how the character works. And so Captain America immediately sends him out and says, get out there, do your thing, be a distraction, tear up as much stuff as you possibly can. Now the other...
Okay, so basically what Comics Explained just told us and explained, in my own words, just so that you guys understand this, the more the Hulk gets angry, the stronger he becomes. The more he gets infuriated and furious and angry, the more unstoppable he gets. Like, there have been so many battles, even Death Battle, where the Hulk went up against Doomsday, or the Hulk went up against some other type of unstoppable force, and you know, it was like not really a long fight because of, you know, the whole calcs and all that type of shit. But for some of them, especially Death Battle, what they don't seem to understand is the Hulk has that type of factor. So if he, let's say if somebody slapped him in his face, or they stabbed him, in that case, and they kept trying to slam him down, whatever, he'll get angrier, and the more angry he becomes, you won't be able to stop him. I just want to point that out. That if anyone didn't know, if anybody didn't know, I'm sure a lot of you probably have known already. So
half of this is we have the Illuminati, right? Like Black Panther and Doctor Strange and Reed Richards and Iron Man.
The Illuminati.
And they're all
the Illuminati.
At the Necropolis in Wakanda, the city of the dead, in order to try to find a way to stop the bomb from being activated by Supergiant. The issue is that when they get there, the bomb's already set in motion. It's already been activated. It's just waiting for a trigger. But Supergiant has also seized control of Black Bolt. Now remember, we talked about this before, right? Like old school Black Bolt from like the 70s and 80s, his voice could shatter planets. His power's been reduced over time. Now, in terms of how Marvel justifies this in the modern day, what they basically say is like the detonation of the Terrigen bomb helped to reduce the powers of Black Bolt. Exactly how, I don't think it's really specified, but basically that's kind of the explanation that's offered, the sort of scenario that's given here. But the long and short of it is that for the most part, like the armor of Tony Stark and Doctor Strange and the various, you know, capabilities they have, they can for the most part withstand the full might of Black Bolt's voice. Beast would be totally destroyed. But because of the fact that the armor of Tony Stark gives them really enhanced durability in a lot of different ways, Doctor Strange can use whatever spell else he needs to, and then with the Submariner, it's just highly durable because of the fact that he's basically a mutant Atlantean and mutant hybrid. What this means is that Beast is really the only one who wouldn't stand much of a chance. So of course you have Namor push Beast out of the way, and then it's really cool here because Doctor Strange sort of chimes in, and Doctor Strange basically says, look, like, you guys have pushed us to the brink time and time again, wanting to see what happens, wanting to see how far we fall. So if what you want to see is oblivion, if what you want to see is the abyss, then allow me to oblige. Allow me as the Sorcerer Supreme to bring to life your worst nightmares. And so what we end up doing is jumping directly to the Inhuman Royal City of Orwell. We pick back up with Thanos. And this is cool because Thanos being here with what's left of the Black Order, meaning that like Black Dwarf has basically been defeated. He's pretty much out of the picture. And then you've got Supergiant with the Illuminati. All you really have left here is Proxima Midnight, Corvus Slave, the Ebony Maw, and of course Thane, the son of Thanos, who's held in stasis. But it's cool because Thanos starts to talk about how life is sort of meaningless and the usual rigmarole that he usually, that he goes through. And then suddenly they're met with the arrival of the Incredible Hulk. Now Thanos punches the Hulk out of the way, but keep in mind, and notice this, Thanos does not immediately jump into battle with the Incredible Hulk. And again, there's a reason for this. He sends Corvus Glaive and he sends Proxima Midnight to deal with the Hulk because for the most part they can hold their own against the Hulk himself. And this comes by way of the fact that by the various powers that they have, especially Proxima Midnight using her abilities to force him back into his Bruce Banner form. What this means is it leaves the field open for Thanos to deal with whatever comes next. And what comes next is Captain America, Hyperion, Thor, and Captain Marvel Carol Danvers. Now, in Necropolis, switching back over to the Necropolis with Doctor Strange, what we end up finding out is that he actually starts to bring out Shuma-Gorath. Not completely, but partially. The Shuma-Gorath is an interesting concept, and we've never really talked about him before. We have insofar as like the mini angled ones, but like Shuma-Gorath was actually yanked out of his native dimension by Doctor Strange and brought into the main Marvel universe as part of Infinity. We didn't cover that section of the story because it's a small set of events that takes place with like Luke Cage's Mighty Avengers, but that's really about it. But it is cool because Shuma-Gorath is far less powerful in the main Marvel universe than he is in his native dimension. And it's even hypothesized, depending on what story you're talking about, that like Shuma-Gorath can never actually be defeated, and like Galactus, Shuma-Gorath appears to any given race based on how that race would perceive him. So it's kind of an interesting thing. But still, it is cool because ultimately you have like Reed Richards who sort of uses his powers to stretch and kind of intervenes and starts binding in and basically separates Black Bolt from Supergiant, who's just mentally controlling Black Bolt himself. And so from there, it's kind of cool because what we end up getting is like Black Panther sort of trying to speak to Supergiant and say, look, you're wasting your time here. Like, this is preposterous. I don't know why you're trying to set this bomb off because you're going to destroy everything and everyone, but like your goals and your schemes won't really come to fruition. Like, you're going to kill yourself here, you know. And that's again the theme is constantly hit on when it comes to the Black Order. Something else that I want to hit on too, because somebody mentioned this in a comment in the last video. In the movie Infinity War, Black Dwarf is actually going to be called the Cull Obsidian. Like Marvel changed his name for the movie. The Cull Obsidian is the name of the Black Order. Thanos calls the Black Order the Cull Obsidian. The Black Order call themselves the Black Order because they think it sounds cooler. But still, like the Black Order, like they desire death. You know, every single member of the Black Order that Thanos appeared to, especially here with Supergiant, was at a moment in their life when they craved death, when they basically wanted to die. And Thanos' response was, I will give you what you wish. I will give you death, but you will have to fulfill a task for me first. That's how he works. Because remember, Thanos has an affection for Mistress Death. He loves the idea of death. He's a nihilist. And so the result is that when these various people were in this point, he just kind of used that as a way to just kind of Shanghai them into his own order. And in turn, they carry out his schemes in the hopes that he will free them from life, so to speak. Now again, it's cool.
Crazy.
Switching back over to Roland, this is when you really start to get like into the nitty gritty of the Ebony Maw. And this is why I love the Ebony Maw so much. Not just because of the fact that like the name is amazing. Dude, I love the name, the Ebony Maw. Like I love that name so much.
He is the so cool. Ebony Maw.
But it's also because like look at the things he says. See, this is why the Ebony Maw is so awesome. No real powers to speak of, but like look at the things he says. I mean, basically talking to Thane, it's like, look at what you're watching here. You're watching the Earth's Avengers, the Earth's superheroes fighting off against the Cull Obsidian. And sure, they might defeat the Cull Obsidian, and in fact, for the most part, they do. But you have like some of the most powerful beings in the universe. Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, Thor, the Incredible Hulk, Captain America. You have some of the greatest heroes in the history of the planet Earth, and even some of the greatest heroes across the universe, and what they're doing is getting wrecked. Why? Because there's two kinds of people in the universe. Those who know that with Thanos comes death, and those who are so foolish to believe that if they pray to the sky, to a god that's up there listening, that maybe that god will spare them from the wrath of a titan of Thanos' caliber. Maybe they'll be saved, but they're foolish for believing so. With Thanos comes death. Death is always there to follow. Only a fool believes they stand a chance in the face of Thanos' might. And that's what's so cool about this, because like it's what we would expect. Like what you're seeing here with Thanos just like deucing all over Earth superheroes, that's gonna be Infinity War. For the Earth superheroes, it's the end of times. For
Yes,
Thanos,
it
it's
is.
a Tuesday. Like it's not a huge deal. It's just like, whatever, man. You know, this is what I do. I destroy things. So like either you can just be one of the many people I've killed, or you can get out of my way. But that's what we would expect. Now again, something else that takes place is it's kind of cool. Dealing with like Supergiant, she's kind of whisked out of the picture pretty fast. You have her hunting for the trigger more or less, and then Maximus the Mad appears, the brother of Black Bolt. Now Maximus the Mad is kind of interesting because he's an on-again, off-again villain. He's one of those characters where he does whatever he needs to do to satisfy his own ends. So think of him as like an inhuman version of Loki in a lot of ways. And because of this, when he appears to Supergiant, he has a trigger in his hand and says, "Look, if you do what I ask, then I'll give you this trigger. I'll give you whatever, you know, I'll give you what it is that you seek." And the response is, "Okay, like what are you looking for?" And what he says is the same thing I always want, to basically be the smartest person in the room. That's the only thing I ever really want. And I'm proving that now because you forgot about the most dangerous thing in the room. And so what ends up happening is he basically triggers the bomb. And in the moment when the bomb is triggered, Lockjaw, the teleporting dog, teleports the bomb and Supergiant away, and then teleports back, and Supergiant gets blown to pieces. It's so cool. And it's so smart. Like it's pretty funny. But super to Thane. With the Illuminati and all those forces showing, continuing to show back up to where Captain America is to help in the fight with Thanos. With the Ebony Maw talking to Thane, again, it's so cool. And this is what I love so much about this. It's basically like, look, only a fool would believe they have a chance to live against a being of Thanos' caliber who worships death. With Thanos comes death. It's an absolute rule of the universe. But when we end up having Proxima Midnight, who of course throws her various weapons at Captain America, with Captain America's shield being powered by freedom, actually because of the fact that it's so durable, with being kind of a adamantium, iron, vibranium alloy, of course, the energy signatures basically dissipate, and one of them hits Corvus Glaive. And so Corvus Glaive is essentially incinerated in its entirety by an additional attack that comes from Hyperion. Now,
Son of a bitch!
Remember about Corvus Glaive. For those of you guys who have seen my recent videos with Marvel Now 2.0 and Thanos Volume 1, right off the bat, you're probably asking yourself the question, if Corvus Glaive is destroyed here, then how did he show up in Marvel Now 2.0?
Right.
So Corvus Glaive, if you notice, always carries a staff. So long as that staff is never broken and intact, Corvus Glaive can never truly be destroyed. His essence will live on, and he'll just be reconstructed. That's kind of how
my
it
God.
And so as a result, you suddenly have like what's left of the superheroes.
So they didn't know that. Oh my God. I didn't know that.
Thor who jumps into the fray. And it's interesting because like you look at this and you're like, oh yeah, man, Thor's calling down the lightning because God of Thunder and all that cool stuff. Thor's got this, man, right? Wrong. Like Thor gets wrecked. Like it's amazing. Thor gets crushed so bad. It's hilarious. This is Thanos we're talking about. And just in like a base form, no cosmic cube, no power stone, no infinity gauntlet,
right.
none of that stuff. He's more than a match for the Earth's superheroes. And when Thor comes riding in,
that's what's scary.
Happens. Like Thanos just beats the crap out of him. And that's the cool thing to take away from here. Because the whole time this is taking place, the Ebony Maw is whispering in the ear of Thane. This is how he works. This is how he functions. Duplicity, manipulation. This is how he makes a name for himself. Ebony Maw is looking at Thane and saying, look upon my works and frown, because only oblivion waits those who are so foolish as to believe they have a chance to succeed against Thanos. But if someone doesn't step in, they're all going to die. And so this is your opportunity, Thane. This is your chance. Are you going to run from the idea of being the son of Thanos? Are you going to take off from your destiny? Are you going to run and hide in the hills? Or are you going to actually do something? Are you going to become the son of Thanos? And that's exactly what Thane does. He finally steps up and says, yes. And basically uses his hand, uses his right hand, I think it is, to essentially encase Thanos in living death. To basically encase him in amber. And he'll never be able to escape. Proxima Midnight is in the exact same situation. They're basically stuck here. Now this goes forward into the future of Jonathan Hickman's Avengers and New Avengers and Time Runs Out storyline, and eventually they are free. That's where the cabal of Namor the Submariner comes from, and that's why you see Thanos in the future of Avengers and New Avengers and going into like Secret Wars and the collapse of the multiverse. But that's what this is designed to do. It's designed to basically take the power, take Thanos as a character and put him on the back burner so that Hickman can come back and return him and have him continue on in the rest of the Avengers and New Avengers story. From here, it's kind of like rebuilding, right? It's Captain America and it's like,
and that's really how it ends. That's crazy.
Basically rebuilding. It's the world coming to grips with the fact that like Inhumans are rising into prominence now. It's the other universes across the cosmos recovering, rebuilding their respective empires and all that kind of good stuff. But for the Illuminati, for Namor the Submariner, for Iron Man, for Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four, for Beast, for Black Panther, for Doctor Strange, the collapse of the multiverse continues on. The incursions continue on. And while Thanos has been defeated, he's just one small conflict. The rest of everything is still going to continue on. You're still going to have the collapse of the multiverse. You're still going to have the incursions. Not only that, where they basically face off against Thanos in this regard, and they've had to like focus on the idea of presumably facing their own mortality. What they've also got to contend with is other universes now. They've got to contend with the Black Priests, the Ivory Kings, all this stuff that goes into like the collapse of the multiverse and the end of all things. But with that being said, guys,
oh my god!
If you are new here to Comics Explained, make sure you guys hit the sub button to become part of the Rob Corps. If you guys enjoy this video, make sure you drop a like, and yeah, I will catch you all later. Peace.
God damn, dude. God damn. So you're telling me that even if in the movie universe they even are lucky like that and defeat Thanos some way somehow, encase him in amber, basically fossilize him like he's a freaking Aerodactyl from Pokemon. If they are lucky enough to do that, they still gotta face all that. And who knows if the Russo brothers decide to do that? Who the fuck knows if the Russos going to decide to even do that? But you know what? If they do it, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. But then again, this version of how Thanos and the Infinity War goes about is not what the movie's gonna be based on. It's gonna be based on the Infinity Gauntlet comic issue. Reportedly, that's what it's basically based off of. But it's just a little mix of, this comic, just a little bit of a mix. So that's honestly understandable. Oh my god, it's gonna be something else. But anyway, you guys, that's going to be it for this one. This is going to conclude this Infinity comic and the whole deal with the Black Order and everything. The next one, I believe he put up one about the Infinity Gauntlet alone. So damn well we're gonna be talking about that. Until then, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been The Real Sakurai, and I hope you guys have a good day. Peace.